Welcome to Xbox Corner, my name is Alex and we are back with the deals. As always here I'm covering the digital stores in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. So with that luck, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals and Game Pass breakdowns weekly, and let's get started. So I know it's been a while, a month in fact, but we are back. My move had things all sorts of messed up, but I finally got set up, and Luke and me, we are now ready to get back to work. This week, expect 2 deals videos, a graphical comparison, and then a list of our favourite Game Pass horror experiences. If you are grabbing anything, then today consider using cornershop.gg for discounted Xbox Store credit. It's going to be instant delivery via email, and you'll get 10% off using a code Corner at checkout. No more Heroes Free then to kick us off with a launch discount of 10% off, and I was surprised to see this. I thought it was Switch exclusive, but it seems that was simply a timed release. Having checked out the Xbox builder briefly now though, it seems we have a more stable frame rate and that visual fidelity has of course gone through the roof. I'm a big fan of this series though, and this final installment it did not disappoint. The idea though, you are an assassin and aliens invade. Now like past entries, you're working your way up a leaderboard to that number 1 spot. In this case though, it's not just for a title, but to save your home of Santa Destroy. It's definitely immature as always. Travis Touchdown is a fantastic character, and this entry sees the return of the open world from the first game. For me though, a must-play title, easily worth the add to the library. GTA 5 then is back, matching the low for its Series X and S build with 50% off, and it's just a quick mention. The game, it sees a noticeable upgrade, but I'm not sure I would consider it anything close to game changing. That said though, we do have a comparison here on the channel. I'll link that in the pinned comment below, but realistically, you can't actually argue with the quality of the game itself, even if they have now milked it over the years. Bullets per minute then is a genius, and I feel like this one it flew under the radar. It's an incredibly well done concept though. Think first person shooter meets a rhythm game. It's a roguelike as well, and worth adding here an incredibly challenging one at that, but it's retro inspired, and that just leads into gameplay feeling incredibly fast. The idea though, shoot, jump, all that good stuff in time to the music. What did surprise me though going in, I knew it was a roguelike, but even so, defeating these 7 bosses and even a final one, it's going to be giving you a hell of a challenge. It's hard from the moment you load in, but honestly, overall it's definitely worth it. Along the way then you'll be upgrading and finding all sorts of weapons and items. It's good stuff for those that want to push themselves, and it's a new low price here, that is 40% off. Streets of Rage 4 then was up until recently available on Game Pass, but sadly it was removed, and I believe it's a game worthy of adding to the library. It's one of the best brawlers of recent memory, and now it's a new low price here with 50% off. It just gets that balance of new and old perfectly. Think the mechanics and certain cast members remaining intact, but now they do see a new support. Alongside this then, the design visually it's stunning, the soundtrack incredible, and between single player, multiplayer and a whole host of unlocks, it's going to keep you coming back. I picked up a physical edition myself, but this price, it's easily one of my favourite discounts of the week. On games that recently left Game Pass then, Hades is also here, 33% off, also a new low price. Same reason, easily a game that belongs in everyone's library, and it's a game that can easily have you sinking in over 100 hours if it gets its hooks into you. A first complete run alone, that should take you a good 20 to 30 hours, but my experience personally was I still wanted to go back. The idea is simple though, you are looking to escape hell, and to do that you'll be going through an isometric roguelike dungeon world. It's one of the best games in the genre as you battle enemies, take on boss encounters, master a selection of weapons, and then of course upgrade. A masterpiece of design though, and runs particularly nice on the Series X and S hardware, not that it's bad anywhere. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 then, it's not a perfect game, but I found a lot to like when you stick to the core formula, and that is a whole lot of stealth and long range shooting. Up close and personal, honestly, there's far better out there, but playing with the difficulty and the added realism of the sniper makes for something that is really satisfying. Think taking distance and wind into consideration. Even said though, if you want something a bit easier, you can dial these factors down as well. The setup is the best bit though. You get a target, it throws you into what is a smaller sandbox. Now you need to figure it out, find that optimal placement. It even received a free next gen upgrade, and then they added the Butcher's Banquet for free. That is an expansion with a whole new region as well as objectives. It's 55% off, and that is a new low price. The Riftbreaker then is a hidden gem. It's 30% off, matching the low. It's a Series X and S exclusive. Taking on the role of Captain Ashley Nowak though, you are a title Riftbreaker, and basically think here part scientist, part badass warrior inside a mech suit. Your goal are colonize planets in the galaxy, but it's the gameplay that is so unique. It's part twin stick shooter, part tower defense, part base building. All of these different factors though, they come together and work really well, as it's packing a control scheme that is easy to get comfortable with. Definitely gets pretty challenging as well, but seeing your colonization payoff is huge reward, especially let's say after a near lethal alien attack. If challenge isn't for you, you can dial the difficulty back, but it's a really unique experience, and I do hope we see more from it. Aeterna Noctis then was a gem of a release, and it dropped relatively recently to what I'd describe as little fanfare. A Metroidvania with a decent challenge as well. Expect a learning curve going in, but think here a huge amount of platforming and combat. It's the usual formula, learn new mechanics to proceed, but the world is just stunning. The visuals, they completely won me over, and along the way you can expect 16 locations, each packed with their own quests and even side quests. Then it packs voice acting as well, and yeah, it's good stuff. It's also a new low price, and that is 40% off. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe then is our penultimate game of the video, 33% off. It's an experience where I don't want to give too much away. It's best experienced first time with little knowledge. Just know though, technically you can hit the end credits in maybe 15 minutes, but that is going to be far from the end game. The idea though, think a spin on the walking sim world. You work in an office, all of your colleagues disappeared. What happened? Where are they? What is this world? You know, who is doing this voiceover? Basically get out there and figure it out. It's packed full of just incredible humor, and it comes highly recommended. I actually did a spoiler-free review on SwitchCorner, so do check that out if you want to learn more in the pinned comment. I'm suggesting that video just because I know I don't give anything away. Death's Door then to close us out today. It's a new low of 40% off, and I honestly believe this game is a masterpiece. Think an old school, almost Zelda-like isometric, and it tasks you with collecting up souls. You will see two worlds, black and white and colour. The black and white is your home, the colour where you go to reap essentially. The problem though, a routine mission goes wrong. Now you must get the soul back because you can't complete the job without it. Someone has stolen it, and while a mission is ongoing, you are actually aging. It's got some fantastic combat, fun environmental puzzles and challenges, and then even some tough boss encounters as well. This is a must-buy game, and for me it was Indie of the Year 2022. Sadly though, the actual award it ended up going to Kena. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments below. With that then, hit subscribe. Join us here weekly for reviews, deals and Game Pass breakdowns, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.